evening, everyone. Good evening. We're going to be presenting the TV show, as you heard. You're going to be the first people in the world to see Boundless. Yes, the new drama series, and we're going to talk a bit about it. I'm going to now say who those wonderful people are. Robert Franke, as you already heard, Vice President Drama, ZDF Studios. A round of applause, please. Thank you. Susanne Frank, Director Drama, ZDF Studios. Susanne, welcome. Miguel Menendez, Executive Producer. He's not physically with us, but he's with us in spirit and on tape, so we'll be hearing from him as well. Gonzalo Diniz, did I pronounce that right? Gonzalo? Gonzalo. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to ask you to pronounce my name, and you're going to fail just as I did. Okay. Antonia? Antonia. Mandic. Mandic. Oh, okay. Right. You're better. You're better than me. So, Gonzalo? Okay. Good. Oh, it's an S. Gonzalo.
I'm from Portugal.
Yes, I know. And your microphone is not working. Hold on. We need the mic.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. There it is.
Hello, good evening.
So, in Portugal, you speak a funny version of Spanish.
Yeah.
No,
okay.
it was a joke. No.
Now I see which size you chose on the Boundless.
No. I'm going to apologize to you officially later with some drinks. I was just kidding. And we have a true Italian with us, Nicolo Senni.
Yes. Hi.
Yes.
Hello. Ciao. Ciao. Yeah.
So before we start with the show, I just wanted to ask you, this is the first time that ZDF is in Dubrovnik, and I guess first time for you guys here in Dubrovnik. So how do you like it so far? Welcome once again.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having us. Yeah, we are thrilled. I mean, like it will be hard to leave. Actually, I think that's going to be the tough part. Other than that, I mean, like, what can I say, right?
Yeah.
I mean, like.
It's the first day. Don't talk about leaving yet.
No.
We still have 2 days.
Just enjoying this beautiful night.
Yeah. Exactly. So before we start with this Boundless conversation, we have a short teaser trailer that we're going to show to you, so that you can see the whole atmosphere of the show.
Muchos temen el enorme desafío que les ofrezco. Hay un camino más corto para llegar a las Indias de sus riquezas. Lo descubriré para vos. ¡Volvamos a España y hagámoslo con las bodegas a rebosar de especias! Yo estaré del lado de mis hombres como siempre he estado.
It looks very exciting. I've seen the show. It really is. I'm going to start with you, Susanne. Give us a short summary on what Boundless is, without any spoilers.
No,
please.
I won't give any spoilers. But it was really like a very, very short teaser, and you just maybe saw like a lot of water and maybe a lot of men, just in a period time. So, so the story is like 500 years ago. So we have like this kind of celebration right now, also in Spain when the ship is coming back. So, and before I just enter like with the 2 sentences maybe about the show, for me it was like the most exciting thing, or one of the exciting things was because, when you just realize like 500 years ago, how people lived in that time, and that they really got not so much access to all these kind of food and spices and so on. So just imagine, so like the kings and queens, so they really loved like having these exotic spices from the world just so far away and so expensive, having even more value than like gold during that time. Mm-hmm. So and that's like pointing out this kind of situation in that time. So it was really special actually that Ferdinand Magellan, so he decided, he's like a Portuguese explorer, so that he really set on sea just finding the spice islands like Columbus wanted to find, but he really find America. But so Magellan, he did his move, and there was this like, as you probably know, like Magellan is so popular and so famous for having like exploring this kind of canal through the Pacific. But there's so much more about his history and what came and what has passed through all the men who followed him having this journey. So this is actually more or less, not saying much more. Maybe you would like to add something because
He will. I just have to say that Rodrigo Santoro, famous actor, is playing the role of Magellan, and Alvaro Morte is playing the role of Elcano. And the whole series was directed by Simon West, known for legendary films such as Con Air, Lara Croft, The General's Daughter, and as an executive producer of Black Hawk Down. So we can almost imagine what the show is gonna look like. So I'm gonna ask Miguel, who we have recorded, how did this whole project, Boundless project, start?
Well, I spent my summertime in a little town really close where Elcano was born. In fact, in this town, Elcano is a big hero. And always, I question myself all the time, why hasn't this story been told before? It always surprised me. So one day, I was with friends having dinner and said, well, I think it's the right time to start working on it. And this moment was 2003, 19 years ago.
19 years ago. It's a whole lifetime. Yeah. So I'm going to ask my new favorite Portuguese actor and my favorite Italian actor, of course. Your characters are Duarte Barbosa and Antonio Pigafetta. Ah, sí. So tell us a bit about your characters.
Well, I'm playing Duarte Barbosa. Duarte Barbosa was the brother-in-law of Magellan and his best friend. He's the only Portuguese that goes with him, that speaks with him and with the crew. So he's a communicator, kind of, and he's a good person.
A very good person.
Yeah.
Although you don't see me in the trailer, I promise I'm in the series. I am. I swear. And oh my God, there's a fire. There's a fire. I'm trying to get their attention.
Yeah.
Look
Hello.
How are they gonna buy this if they don't see us talking?
Yeah, I know. Nice try, though.
Pigafetta is one of the few Italians that were on boat. He wasn't a sailor. He wasn't a soldier. He was just an intellectual.
It's the hardest job in the world.
Yeah. Is it though? He was from northern Italy, and I don't know how much I can say about it, but many people left for this expedition.
Okay.
Not as many came back.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, but he was one of them. And thanks to this guy, Pigafetta, who wrote the chronicles of this story, we now know kinda what happened.
Yes.
And the good part about Pigafetta is that his approach to storytelling, I don't know if you can say this, it's not as in a boring way. He was really curious about people, languages, animals, fish, food, costume, as in
the world around him.
Yeah. So I guess he was a nice, interesting fellow.
He was different. Good. It's a
say this,
perfect
there is a fire
explanation. Not yet. Robert, historical period pieces such as this one, spectacles that we like to see, can really resonate all around the world. It doesn't matter if it's this one was, as I know, this one was originally meant to be made in English language, and then you decided that it was decided to do it in Spanish. But I think that this kind of story is universal.
Oh yeah, true. I mean, it doesn't really matter for period like where it's coming from, because ultimately it's history, and I mean, like, such an iconic discoverer and seafarer like Magellan is within itself a brand. So I think it's the right decision from the producers to stay true to its origin and leave it in the language which these people spoke. And you're right. I think especially nowadays with all the streaming platforms bringing content in native languages in other countries, there is a much greater openness among audiences to really like appreciate the original language version because through a dub, a lot of things get lost, literally lost in translation, and you lose a lot of the performance of what these lovely people put into the series. So we always prefer to have something in the native language because it will be more authentic, it will be just better produced, and will resonate with a greater audience. So that's definitely our go-to.
And if you have a good quality content, you really forget in a way of the language that you're listening to.
Oh, certainly, yeah. And I think it's even more true for period because it's you're immersed in a world which is basically past. So you get to see people in costume, and you get transported into a time which has been a long time ago. And then I think the immersion is just like even greater than nowadays. So it's really not a big problem.
Okay, let's go to Miguel. This is a historical drama series, but it's fiction. In what extent does the series follow the true history as we know it right now?
Well, the reality is that we are doing fiction. We are doing fiction. We are not doing a documentary. So we have to make modifications, changes on the real story. But the fact is that the Spanish Navy gave us an approval for our scripts, not only in terms of historical things, but also about nautical things.
Yeah, it's very complicated to do this kind of story that is well known all around the world, to get things right and to know what the audience will expect. To my two favorite actors in the whole world, I heard it was a lot of fun doing this show, especially in Dominican Republic.
Who told you?
A little bird told me. So that we're lucky that you're here alive. No, I'm just kidding. So yeah, please do tell what happened in Dominican Republic.
What happened in Dominican Republic?
Stays in Dominican Republic. Okay.
Well, kinda, because some of it is.
Somebody obviously wanted differently. Yeah.
No, it was. I mean, I don't know about, but it was a dream job. They tell you, look, you're gonna do something in costumes, you're gonna have beards and super production values, and you're gonna go to Dominican Republic, and where do I sign? So in Dominican Republic, we had to recreate most of the outdoor scenarios of the film. So we recreated both South America and the Philippines. It was intense because, as we said, it was during a pandemic, so all the protocols were really strict, and but we had a great time, and it was mostly boys. You know, the cast is all male, so this testosterone was. We had a good time. We had a great time, and I hope you will feel the same way.
I'm sure we will. What about the boat? I mean, the boat on screen looks fantastic.
Yeah.
How does it feel in real life? It was done especially for this show.
Yeah, it was a real boat. We spent like 3 months inside, playing all the because the series, the movie is like 3 years. So we have 4 phases of the series, and we went to the boat, and the boat is pretty the same, like the real one. As a matter of fact, we don't know how the real one is because we don't have the letters from that time.
Did you see the pictures, the Instagram of Magellan? No.
No, not today.
His official account.
He died 500 years ago.
Because it's a private profile.
A very private profile from 500 years ago.
You said before, and let me just say this, that I'm Portuguese, and we had Rodrigo, that is a Brazilian guy. That it's because of him that we are speaking Portuguese in the series, because it's going to be all Spanish, and I'm Portuguese. And Rodrigo, when he knew that I was going to play the character Barbosa, said, "Hey, you could help me with the Portuguese accent." I said, as a matter of fact, I'm a kind of phonologic, so I can help you. And we did in Spanish and in Portuguese, in Philippine,
Italian, some of it. English with the director.
English, yeah, but that we don't see the movie.
Yeah.
So it was a really hard job, but that's good because
And
you
second
can see the
season,
difference.
and second season, you can put in a bit of Croatian,
Yeah.
just to spice it up.
Second season of this, just if you write about Elkan, I mean, I could be like a ghost.
We'll see what we can do. Yeah,
A prequel.
Yeah, exactly, a prequel. So it's always nice to do these types of projects, but as we know, everything in life costs money. So let's ask Miguel how challenging it was to find money to find financing for this project.
Well, financing is a big issue here because it's a huge project for us. It's an independent film, and we work a lot on the financing. But at the end of the story, there are like three big partners. The first one is Amazon Prime Video, which is the first one and the most important one. Second one is Televisión Española, which is the Spanish broadcaster, public Spanish broadcaster. And the third one is the co-producer. I mean, we need to do a co-production with UK, and Fullwell is the best partner possible. At the end of the story, we include as these partners ZDF, which is the perfect sales distributor of this show all over the world.
Very nice things that he said. So we're going to wrap up, but just at the very end, I'm going to start with you, Suzanne, but everyone can answer this question. How has the way that we consume content changed in the last 2 years since the pandemic? I kind of think that all of us got a bit spoiled. You know, we spend a lot of time at home with the remote control, and we're expecting now, at least that's my opinion, always a bit more.
Yeah, that's true. Like with the pandemic, so everybody was maybe just like having a lot of time watching TV and series and so on. So, well, I think.
Can you use the hand mic as well?
Yeah. So sorry. Yeah. So what I just wanted to say. So, in my opinion, also, of course, we have to take care that it's like that we have a kind of quality, of course, that we show, and that we also stand up and being unique and can compete to other shows. So I think this is the challenge, just to make great shows that people really stick to it and that they're going to love it, because having so much content out right now, and it's really sometimes not so easy. Also like being just a consumer, having like these choices, and in the end, you really have to, you find your own way how you can see what you really like and what you don't, and we have to find this kind of spots actually.
So it has to be good and it has to be different enough to be noticed in all of the Robert?
It has to be interesting, and it has to be kind of like relatable. And I think with this story, which is about exploration, which is about overcoming boundaries and obstacles, and face these obstacles head on, is just like the perfect canvas to tell compelling entertainment. And I think that's what these guys did actually, and we have the privilege to bring it to the market. We came in very last, but we are more than thrilled to actually bring it out there and to give it the platform which it deserves. And I think this is really also the nature of our business and what we're here for, to make sure that the show finds an international audience, and the international audience it deserves. And I think this is the perfect product for it, because it stands out, it is unique, it is compelling, and you will see once you watch it that this is a very special program.
What I want to say is that for the first time, as Portuguese, I can say, because I have 50 years old and I study the history. And when you say about something about Magellan, nobody knows. I can assure you that 80% of the Portuguese don't know who Magellan was.
Really?
I mean, not.
They've heard of him, but they don't know the details.
They heard about him, but they don't know his life. And this Boundless. That's what I want to say. That we, for the first time in life, you retreat Magellan with his feelings, with his heart, as well as Elcano, and all the crew, of course. But those characters are well described there. Mostly, Magellan, that is not well known in Portugal. In this series, I can assure you that it's gonna move. The people's gonna know him and know mostly because why he sold the expedition to the Spanish and not to the Portuguese, because that's the big deal we have in Portugal.
Okay, so you gave the character this new life in a way for people to get to know him. All those people that maybe just as you said,
we play the bad guys. The
Yeah.
Portuguese are the bad guys there. I mean, not the bad guys, but the guys that You'll see. You'll see.
we like the Portuguese people. No, we like your country and we love your people. So, and Nicola,
I agree with you guys. Totally.
will you agree with everything we've said?
Look, the director is an action movie director, so the story is important, the historical meaning, but it's also fighting and ships and thunder and.
It's like a medieval Con Air.
Yeah. Renaissance.
But it's no airplanes, it's on a boat.
It's Battlestar Galactica on yeah. It's action. I mean, it's entertaining. I hope. I mean, that's something I would watch. I rarely am in stuff that I would watch.
I would, and I have. Please give it up for the amazing cast and for the lovely people from ZDF that came to Croatia. Thank you so much, guys.